Good morning, Sabah. My name is Ronnie Klassen, and this is Straight Talk. Straight Talk basically is a podcast developed by me, all right, over the years. But this time around, we have confined ourselves solely for the 17 Sabah state elections. Nominations for the state election was on the 15th of November, and polling has been earmarked on the 29th of November this year. 596 candidates are vying for 73 seats in the State Assembly. Who will be the eventual victorious winners who are contesting will be determined on the 29th of November. However, what's more interesting basically is which party will form the next Sabah state government. 1.78 million registered voters will be voting in this coming elections, of which 650,000 are new voters as well as voters in the age group of 35 and above. With me this morning here in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, is Yang Berhormat Senator Datuk Nelson Ventures Angang, who is the candidate for Limbahau in Papar. Thank you for being with me, Datuk, this morning.
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of our interview today.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm quite interested, firstly, to find out from you, Datuk. All right. A couple of days ago, I interviewed one candidate, basically, who is contesting in Likas. All right, who happens to be the son of Datuk Yong Tek Lee. All right. Now, in your case, Datuk, you also happen to be the son of a veteran politician, all right, Datuk Ventures Angang, or Tan Sri Ventures Angang, sorry. All right, now tell us, how does it feel to be the son of a veteran and popular politician?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ronnie. Well, I have to start with this first. My father, he never actually encouraged us to go into politics. That's one. When I joined politics, he was quite surprised because the advice he gave us, was that it is not an easy life. There's so many challenges, and that if you really want to go into politics, you must be prepared. You must be really prepared. So, being the son of my father, people always compare.
Right.
People will always compare. Compare myself to my father. So I think sometimes that's a disadvantage, isn't it? Because when they compare, they don't see yourself as a leader on your own, but they compare you. You're in a position that you are on, like myself, is because of my father. But again, I hope that I've proven a lot of people wrong, because myself in UPKO, I have been appointed as Secretary General since 2018. The first one when our president was Datuk Sri Panglima Madius Tangau, and after that Datuk Iwan Benedict, who continues to put his trust in me to be the Secretary General. So again, like I said, the comparison is there, but I hope that I have proven a lot of critics that I'm my father's son in that sense.
So basically what you're saying is you have managed over the years to be a self-made politician on your own.
I would like to think so. I would love to think so,
Okay.
yes.
All right, let's get down to this election itself. Okay. Now, you are the candidate for Limbahau.
That is correct.
All right. And it is a 9-corner contest.
Yes.
All right. You have 7 contestants, basically, all right, who represent parties, political parties, and 2 independent, I believe. All right. Now, you are up against the incumbent, all right, Datuk Joel Nontin. Okay, now how do you see yourself basically going against a big name like Joel Nontin being the incumbent?
Yes. Well, I know Datuk Joel very well. I really respect him. I've known him over the years. See, Limbahau, I can say 3 or 4 of the candidates, we are related in a way.
Okay.
We're all related.
It's like a family affair contest.
Yeah, people are saying that, Right. Even our families are split. They don't know who to vote, Everybody want to jaga hati.
All right.
But putting that aside, well, I know the challenges that I'm facing. I know what people are saying. That of course, Datuk Joel is a very strong candidate in Limbahau. But my party gave me the trust and responsibility for us to contest in Limbahau.
Right.
Actually, Limbahau just happens to be my kampung also. My mother is from Kampung Limputong.
All right.
So that is not an alien place for me. So with the challenges, I've done so far. I believe that I'm doing the best that I can. And if you were to ask me, what do I rate my chances here? Well, I would say this lah. I would not go into this election. I would not accept the responsibility that is given to me if I don't believe or think that we have a chance of success in this election.
Okay, now Limbahau basically is a relatively new seat.
Yes.
Okay, it was only established in 2020
2020.
during the 16th state elections. Okay, now we are now in the 17th state elections. Now, over the last 5 years, okay, being a candidate for Limbahau, all right, I'm sure you have, had a bird's eye view on Limbahau, all right. Tell us, okay, is there anything lacking in development in Limbahau? And in the event you do win Limbahau, all right, what are your plans in ensuring that Limbahau basically develops further?
Yes. Well, I noticed one thing about Limbahau. To be honest, there is a lack of real development in terms of basic infrastructure. Almost everywhere I go in Limbahau, there will always be complaints about the roads, the water connections, and even internet connections. It also surprised me that some areas in Limbahau, we still have these problems. We still have these basic infrastructure problems. And within my capacity, I try to assist in my capacity now. But of course, you would be aware that as a senator, my capacity to assist and to help is very limited. But people do come to me and explain to me that the problems that they're facing, and I've been and I've visited their houses, their areas, their kampung, and I see that. I see that as a major problem. And that surprised me a lot, to be honest. So that's why for me in this election, I would like to emphasize on the development, on the education, and on welfare. Because Limbahau is a big area actually. Even though we only have about, as it is now, slightly over 20,000 voters, but it's a huge area. And you have areas like Mandalipau, Kaiduan, and there's a lot of challenges there.
Would it be fair to say that you are basically a sitting senator at the
Yes,
moment?
I am. Yeah.
And in the event you do succeed in winning Limbahau, would you be able to use your position as a senator to further develop Limbahau?
Yes, this is what I've been explaining in Limbahau, because there's a lot of there are one or two issues. People are saying that you're a senator, why do you want to go to the Dewan Undangan Negeri? Well, I explained to them. I said, why don't you all see this as an advantage that I'm bringing, and it's an opportunity. Why? Because if I'm giving the mandate and responsibility to represent Limbahau, if the state or if Sabah cannot deliver on some matters, like for example developments, peruntukan, things like that, in my position, I can bring it to federal level as a senator. So by bringing it to federal level, I can find ways of getting this fund, for example, peruntukan, for all this development for Sabah. That's an example. I don't have to wait, I said, for my MPs, explaining to them, can you help and raise this matter and bring it at federal level, because I'm already there.
Right.
So with my position, I said that is an advantage. Whatever that we are lacking in Sabah, I would be able to bring it to the federal level and try to find a solution there.
Okay.
So that is what I'm bringing.
All right. Now, interestingly enough, Datuk, okay, your president, Datuk Iwan Benedict, okay, no longer basically sits as a cabinet minister due to his resignation, and he has pulled UPKO out of Pakatan Harapan. Okay, that becomes there's a vacuum, all right, because there's no direct connection with the Madani government. That leaves only you. All right. How do you see the Madani government basically listening to you in terms of, if you're keen to request for funding or, federal funding for that matter in Limbahau.
Yep. In this election, I always say that we always say that this is a very important election. Why? Because the challenges that we are facing during this time. Now, the problem with Sabah, I think you are aware, out of the 10 poorest districts in Malaysia, 8 is in Sabah. And why is that? Now, the problem with Sabah, we have a lot of challenges in terms of basic infrastructure is because of finance. We don't have enough to help. So one of the big issue now is about the 40%. And we have always been fighting for it. And that is why Datuk Iwan is no longer in the cabinet. I think it is well known why he actually resigned. So what the leaders, I believe, needs to understand now is about getting these resources, this resource like finance for Sabah, so that we can really develop Sabah. Now, in my position as sitting senator now, of course, I can bring this matter and address it at the federal level. Regardless that Datuk Iwan is no longer there, I believe my position allows me to communicate, to voice out, the problems that we have, and to find solution at the federal level. As I said, it is very important for our leaders now to understand that we have to get this, we have to fight for this, so that we would be able to do our own plannings in Sabah, the new government of Sabah. If you have enough resources, that's why we can do a lot of things. Our basic infrastructure problems like roads, water, electricity, this can all be managed and be properly planned, and hopefully we can resolve most of the basic problems that we face. That is why for this election, it is important for us to have a stronger Sabah government. We are not saying that we are not with the federal government. No, that is not true. We understand, UPKO understand that it is important for us to work with the federal government to get back our rights for the development of Sabah. That is very important. A good relationship with federal government, we understand, yes. Doesn't mean that when Dr. Iwan resigned from the cabinet, he is against the whole federal government. No, he is against the decision of that 40%, because it is a big thing, and we have been consistently talking about it. It is part of our struggle, and we think it's time for the federal government to really take it seriously.
Okay.
Because,
Now, Datuk, in every interviews that I basically conduct, now prior to us commencing interviews, I actually get hold of my staff basically who will go down to the ground, speak to the people, particularly the person that I interview, assuming he is a candidate on one particular constituency. All right, but I'm going to generalize this, Datuk. All right. Now, this is what the public basically are saying. Okay, some of them, of course, are a little bit biased in their opinions because they are related to one particular party. All right, but I'm more interested to listen to the fence-sitters. Right, neither here nor there. Okay. And some of the things that's been related back to us, is this. Okay, now, UPKO, you being the Secretary General of UPKO, all right. Now, UPKO has been with Pakatan Harapan, right, for 4 years now.
Yes.
Okay, and Datuk Iwan Benedict is a federal minister. Okay, and you being a senator, all right. Now, the leaving Pakatan Harapan, Pakatan Harapan. Now, some are saying basically that one of the reasons why UPKO moved out, in addition to that 40% that you are actually fighting, okay? But one of the main reasons why UPKO has left Pakatan Harapan is because the fear that they will not get the number of seats that they are actually wanting. All right. Some are saying that at the most, UPKO would be able to get probably only 2 or 3 seats. Okay. Now, then subsequently, of course, Datuk Iwan resigned from the cabinet, and he has pulled UPKO out of PH. Okay. Now, UPKO is contesting in 25 seats in the 17 state elections. Okay. Now, I think it's common knowledge that even assuming you win all the 25 seats, you will not be able to form the government. All right. The magic number here is 37.
37. Yes.
Okay. So my question to you basically is this, Datuk. is it true, all right, that UPKO left, other than the 40%, all right, left simply because you knew that you would not be able to get the number of seats that you want, okay? And how do you rate the 25 candidates that's contesting under the UPKO flagship?
All right. I would say this. There are several reasons, to be honest,
All right.
why we decided to leave PH. I remember, I will share this, the last PH Majlis President meeting that we had about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
There were exchange of opinions. I would say that a bit heated with all the top leaders in PH there. And I think at that time, we realized, there comes a stage that you have to decide
Right.
whether you want to continue or not being part of a coalition. But if you believe that your opinion is no longer heard, that your views, that your stand on certain matters is no longer respected, and that the opposing views is imposed on you, so I think that would be the time that you have to decide how to move on from there. And I think we realized that after 4 years with Pakatan Harapan, we thank the 4 years, but for us to move on, to move forward, we have to make this decision. Okay. In terms of the seats and all that, like I said, of course there are opinions.
Right.
At that time, I would say that there is no final decision yet on the seats. Of course, there are suggestions. There are still negotiations. But in terms of logo also, I can share with you here.
Right.
UPKO has already said it, that we have decided to use our own logo. They are opposing view, I'll be honest.
Of course, yeah.
And again, like I said, we don't think that in that meeting we have been heard fairly, I'll say that. And our views, again, like I said, may not be heard at that time. So, as I said, there's several reasons why UPKO decided to leave. But what is important, people are saying that this is a gimmick. I'm reading a lot that this is a gimmick by Datuk Iwan. Bear in mind, Datuk Iwan, this is not like the end of his term as a federal cabinet minister. He has like 2 more years, as a cabinet member.
Correct.
And because for him, I really respect him. For him, he does this because he really believes that the time has come.
He made a magnanimous move by leaving.
Yes, because for him, he explained clearly. Over the years, Sabah lawmakers in Parliament, in Dewan Undangan, have already explained and demand that the rights of Sabah to be respected and to be delivered. I think the frustration is there over the years. Of course, we don't deny that some of our MS-63 rights has been given back, implemented. That is true.
Correct.
But maybe the slow pace is quite frustrating.
Of course, yes.
So with this 40%, this is one of the biggest, I would say, this is the biggest thing in MS-63 because it involves finance for the state. So the position that we are in, the situation that Sabah is in now, we really need this. We really need, and we can't delay it any longer. Of course, the federal government are saying they're not appealing, but if you really look at it, it is actually an appeal. They are filing. They filed an appeal.
That's right. Yeah.
They said that they are not challenging the 40% right. But the nature of the appeal itself, if you look at it, it is actually challenging what I will say the lost years. What SLI is saying, the lost years.
That's right.
So if you are challenging that part, that means you are challenging the big portion of our MS-63, that 40% is right.
Correct. Yep.
So by appealing, then you're again delaying it. So that justifies what Datuk Iwan has done.
I think that's the main
exactly.
operandi, to delay. Yes.
So you are delaying it. That means you are delaying Sabahans. What is rightfully ours, which you admit 40% is ours. The more you delay it, the more Sabah will suffer. Because, as I said, we have a lot of problems in terms of even basic infrastructure in Sabah.
Okay, Datuk. I think this is very common knowledge, all right? 9 out of 10 people basically would agree, all right, that no single party is capable of forming the next state government. All right. So we are looking at probably, all right, as it stands today, okay, it may end up as a hung assembly. All right. Now, should that happen, okay, should that happen, all right, two questions here, Datuk. Number one, how many of the 25 seats that UPKO is contesting that you believe you will win, all right? And second, in the event, all right, you have big parties basically who are contesting a major part of all the 73 seats, okay? You have GRS, all right, you have PH, you have Barisan Nasional, you have Warisan, okay? Now, in the event, let's pick one of the four that I mentioned, all right? Assuming GRS, okay, wins sufficient seats, but not enough to form the government, okay? Would UPKO consider, all right, being part of GRS, all right, or being part of Barisan Nasional or Pakatan Harapan or Warisan for that matter to form the government?
Okay. I think I need to answer your question about the 25 seats first.
Yes.
Before this. Okay. See, when UPKO initially decided for this state election, we have a number of seats in our mind. But since we left Pakatan Harapan, the support has been quite very positive, extensive, and demands for us to contest more seats. To be honest, 25 seats was not in our consideration in the early stages.
Of course, people ask, why 25? Why not 73?
Yes, exactly. Well, we know also it's because of resources, to be honest with you. I'll give you an example. Coming to this election, we've prepared, I just give flags, for example, flags. We've prepared for certain numbers of seats. Now, because of the demand, and we decided to go for 25 seats, resources-wise, flags also we don't have enough. So we have to order last minute. So posters, some of our candidates still haven't got their posters because, the last minute decision.
Right.
Now, if you ask me how much we can win, of course I will have to say that
you'll win all.
We have to be confident of going on the numbers of seats that we decided.
Right.
But of course, that would be
the reality,
ideal thing, you know. The reality, I would hope, to be honest, we can win. Half would be more. Half would be good
12
for
seats.
me. 12 seats,
12,
for example.
13 seats.
12 seats. Because, as I said, we need a stronger state government, a stable state government, and for us, for me, UPKO needs to be part of the state government. We need to have the numbers so that we can play a bigger role in the decision making of the state government. Now, I agree with you. It is quite possible, highly possible, that there will be no one party or one coalition that can obtain majority. We have seen that over several elections, and it most likely it would be also the same for this election.
Right.
Now, for UPKO, as our president has said, it is time for local-based party. Local-based party to lead the state government.
Yes.
Why is that? Because it is very important. We look at Sarawak. You can see that the local-based party is the one leading the state government.
The dominant party.
The dominant party. And we can see how they negotiate with the federal government of getting their rights back under MS-63. Now, for Sabah, I believe that is how we should do it. That is how we should do it. Whether we're going to have a coalition with national-based coalition or party, I cannot say that for certain now.
Right.
But of course, for UPKO, as stated by my president, we would like to form a state government amongst, if we need to form a state government together, amongst the local parties, the Sabah-based parties, because only Sabah-based parties would understand the sentiments, the demand, the need in Sabah. That I truly believe.
Okay, now we are talking about local-based parties, Datuk, all right? I think we can actually zero into local-based parties in addition to UPKO, all right? You have GRS, all right? You have STAR, SAPP, Warisan, okay? Now these are the main players, all right? Political party players in the coming election, all right? Would you basically say that if any one of these four, all right, win sufficient seats, or rather seats that is considered as commendable, all right, UPKO would join forces with them or be part of them to form the government?
Okay.
Are you open to any of these four
Yes,
parties?
as I said, we are open to the option of having a coalition with local-based party. That is our priority now.
All right.
Yeah, from our experience throughout the years, we really believe the time has come for a stronger Sabah government that is led by local-based party. By saying this, it doesn't mean that we are against National Party. No, it's only that we believe that the challenges that we are faced now, in the sentiments, the demand, the needs that Sabah want now, that it must be led by a stronger voice of Sabah local parties, because they would understand the need. Everyone knows lah, the sentiment. The sentiment of I believe the sentiments of a local-based party to lead Sabah, it is not because of political. I don't think it's because of political. I think it is the frustration. I think it's the frustration over the years that it has come to such a point that the people themselves are saying, I can tell you when I go to the grounds, I'm quite surprised. The huge sentiments. I mean, in certain parts, not in my kawasan Limbahau, in certain areas, even in the urban areas, I was surprised. I was surprised the sentiments, the huge demand for a local-based party to lead Sabah. I didn't expect that in the urban area, but that kind of sentiment is growing.
Right.
So that means people are very aware of their rights now. I mean, this is a different age.
Right.
Social media and all that.
Correct.
People are very vocal.
Right.
And the good thing about our government now is they allow for difference of opinion to be addressed openly, publicly. And because of that, I think society has grown at the stage that we are quite vocal. We are quite independent in our thinking. And I would even say some of our people are even more aware than some of our leaders of the issues at hand, the issues that is being discussed openly.
I agree with you, Datuk. The younger generation basically today, they are more vocal as compared to probably 3-4 elections earlier. All right. When I say vocal, I recall a couple of days ago when PMX, all right, happened to be walking in the Gaya Fair. All right, and you had one gentleman basically, who approached him and said, when are you paying us the 40%? All right, I think 2-3 elections ago, you won't find such a person, approaching the Prime Minister and, throwing such a hard question to him. All right, now, one last question, Datuk. It's not a trick question, all right? It's a basically yes or no answer, okay? Now, tell us, Datuk, you are one of the 9 candidates in Limbahau, all right? How do you think you will be able to win? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for being with me, Datuk.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. That was Yang Berhormat Senator Datuk Nelson Ventures. All right. The sitting senator, as well as the Secretary General of UPKO and the candidate for Limbahau in Papa. All right. 9 contesting candidates in Limbahau. We wish Datuk Nelson all the best in his endeavor to win in the Limbahau seat. This is Ronnie Klassen signing off. Thank you.